Breaking news just coming in. The Tamil Nadu police have arrested the accused who was in hiding at Hosur, and the motive of the crime is not yet known. The accused is a class 10 student and is being brought to Vellore for further investigation. This is in regard of rape and a brutal murder of an 11-year-old child in Vellore. I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Shrisha Reddy, who is joining us on this news break. Shrisha, can you get us details, please?
Well, Preeti, the details that we have on hand right now is that the 10th standard student, he has been arrested by the police because as soon as this incident happened, there was a huge protest right outside the police station, and the police were under huge pressure to bring the culprit back to the books. But what happened is that as soon as this incident happened, the class 10 student went off to Hosur. He was hiding in Hosur, and police had formed 4 special teams to nab this accused, and now he is being produced. He will be produced in the court today, and then as he's a minor, then he will be taken to the juvenile justice home because he's a class 10 student.
Yes.
And this incident has shook the entire country because remember, this happened on the day when the entire country was mourning for Nirbhaya's 2nd anniversary.
And that's the operative line, isn't it, Shrisha? Because the person who is accused of this horrific crime, brutal rape and murder of an 11-year-old girl is himself a minor and will now come under the protection of the Juvenile Justice Act. Shrisha, if you're still with me, can you give us details on what was the motive or any other new details that you have with you?
Preeti, the motive behind this is not known yet, but what we do know is that this student, the 6th standard student, had some sort of a problem with the neighbor. But though the parents of this 11-year-old who has been allegedly raped and murdered tell that it was personal enmity, but the police have not told anything on these lines. And on the other hand, the police are not also giving information if it was an alleged rape or if she was raped before she was murdered. Because the postmortem report is yet to arrive. It will arrive today. So once the postmortem report arrives, then we will know whether she was raped before she was murdered or it was just a murder keeping the personal enmity on mind. Because as the parents, the parents have been stating that it might be a personal enmity or not a rape. But the activists, however, the police are also saying they have to look into different angles as far as this case is concerned. Because this is a case of an 11-year-old who's been allegedly raped. Because one point that I can also bring in is that the girl's body was found with her hands and legs tied in a mango orchard. So it's a surprising or rather shocking for the police, the entire community in Tamil Nadu. Preeti?
Appreciate you joining us, Shrisha. We'll of course keep coming back to you. This horrific crime reported 2 years after the shocking Nirbhaya incident of 16th December. This time round, an 11-year-old girl was raped and brutally murdered, and what seems to be the alleged accused at this point of time is reported to be a minor, a class 10 student. We'll keep coming back to Shrisha with the latest updates on that story.